Good morning. Good morning. I see you already went to town on the puzzle. I give you 5 minutes and you just run away with it. I thought I'd sit here and color for a few minutes while I was waiting for Maya. She said she'd be here at 10:15, and I said whether she was here at 10:15 or not, I would go ahead and jump on here and put my face on camera. So here we are. So I'm gonna see if I can get some of these. I picked a moderate large. I was tempted to pick a hard one, but I we've not had luck with hard ones in the past, so I'll save those till we run out of everything else. Um, I I my first choice is a moderate large puzzle. Then I go with moderate small and easy small. There's not any easy large ones for some reason. And so I'm saving the hard ones for last. Okay, so 7. We made it through another work week. So I think that would be 7 across. That would be TGIF because that's 4 letters. Let's try that. Yay. 11 across. Denver winter hours. Would that be Mountain Standard Time? MST? Ah, it is. Okay, 15 across. Site you can contribute to. That would be a wiki. Okay. 16 across. 4 quarters. 4 quarters. Uh, would you say 4 quarters is a one because it's a $1 bill? Let's try that one since it's 3 letters. That I was right. Okay, let's see. 17 across. Visiting briefly. Would that be popping over? Poppingover. It would be popping over. Very good. Okay. Well, enjoy your oatmeal. I almost had some oatmeal. I had to break my intermittent fasting this morning because I told you the first of the year I decided to try to go back to intermittent fasting, and it's not. eh, like I lost a few pounds and then I gained them back and then I lost them again. And it's like I'm playing with the same 5 pounds. And this morning, my eating window is 12 noon to 10 p.m. Since I'm not a morning person, but my stomach was hurting so much this morning that I ate just like a fruit strip. It's a healthy one. It's like it's made out of pureed. It's basically a fruit leather made out of pureed fruit, so it's not got a lot of other junk in it. It was only 50 calories, but it was enough to, I think, hold me over till 12 because I'm also drinking coffee. Let's see, 23 across. Informal talk. That would be a chat. Okay, 27 across. Switch positions. I don't know what that is. 3 letters. First two ON. Switch positions. I have no idea. Okay, 30 across. Securing a room in a way. Would that be barring the door? Those long ones I have trouble with because sometimes I type them in wrong. Let's see. So it's not barring the door. It's something the door. Um LOCK. Would it be locking the door? Let's try that. Yes, locking the door. I still think barring the door would have been better, but whatever. I mean, just better for that clue, but wouldn't fit in the puzzle. Okay, 34 across. Philadelphia MLS team. Oh, I forget which sport MLS is. Is that soccer? Major League Soccer. I don't know what their Major League Soccer team is. I am lost on that one. Okay, 37 across. Temporarily. Um, nope, don't have that one. 43 across. Unique style. I've come back to that one. 44 across. Ahead of deadline. Thanks to your help. You already filled that one for me early. You got that one. Okay, 46 across. Olympian who might compete in half pipe. It's a skier, but I don't know what kind of skier. Okay, so 45 down, best in show organization. Okay, let's see. 50 white stuff used for scrubbing. I borax? Borax. I mean, it's got enough letters. Oh, I was right. Okay. I went through a phase where I tried making my own like cleaning supplies out of like the basic elements like borax and stuff to it was a whole thing on the internet about 10 years ago where people were making their own supplies and stuff. I mean, that community may still be there. I just somehow have wandered away from it. But and I tried, but nobody in the house would use any of the stuff. So it was like, um, eh, whatever. I'm not going to spend my time doing that. Um, 51 across delivery option. I don't know. Freestyle. Very good, Ronald. I was thinking free range. When I saw the FR, I was thinking free range. That's for chickens, not skiers. 53 across. Fancy speech. Would that be oration? Oration. I am a typist, but when I play this game, I sit here and type with two fingers because the way my whole setup is situated for the video and everything, I can't get in a comfortable position to actually type properly. Oh, good Lord. Yes, I know you said this fan sounds like a wind tunnel. I just needed a brief little breeze. Okay, 56 across. Sphere in the sky. Poetically. A poetic three-letter word for moon? I have no idea. Okay, 58 across. NBC Variety Competition for short. That's AGT, America's Got Talent. AGT. Okay. Show about Walter White. 59 across. That's Breaking Bad. Even though I never watched it. See, 66, low in fat. 4 letters. I don't know. 68, yardstick abbreviation. I don't know. Okay, what's the down there? 57 down is B'nai B'rith. I know that one. Okay. I probably said it wrong, but I know how to spell it. Okay. Let's see. Best WWE moment for one. 69. I don't know. And then 70. Dance style, some of whose moves can be found at the beginnings of the starred clues. Oh no. The starred clues. Okay, so popping. Oh, so it's hip hop. It's hip hop. I didn't even look at the rest of the clues. They said moves. As soon as I saw popping, yeah, hip hop is popping. Okay, popping, locking, freestyle, breaking. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here. 48 down. Check this out. Look. Okay. Has my child showed up yet? My child is still not here. She said she was aiming for 10:15, but she's not here yet. Let's see. Okay, 54 down. Subjects of some essays. I do not know. Mm. It is like 32 degrees and raining outside, and I am starting to have a hot flash. That is crazy. I think because I have the heat going in the hall. Low in fat, would that be lean? There we go. Yes. Okay, 69 across. Best WWE moment for one. I don't know. 54 down. Subjects of some assays, not essays, but assays. No idea. And tide type. Ooh. Let me look at the ones up top. 27 across, switch positions. Nope. 27. 28 down. 28 down. College down the street from the U of Notre Dame. I don't know. Uh, it's probably Saint something. 37 across. 37 across temporarily. For you got it. Good for you. For blah blah blah. 32 down. Blank and spoke model. Blank and spoke model? Is it hub and spoke? That just makes me think of a car. Yeah, okay, so that would be for bit. Okay. So unique style would be flare. There we go. Okay, so now we just have those two letters at the bottom. Best WWE moment. I didn't. Oh, an SB. Did they get an SB? But that would make Neep. A Neep isn't a thing, is it? Let's see. ASPY. I guess they did get an SB. I don't know why. I mean, you have to be in good shape to be, whether you think wrestling's real or not, you have to be in good shape to do that, but I can't imagine them getting an SB. That just seems weird. Ronald. Faux outrage. Yes, Artemis will be late for her own funeral. And SB is the sports awards from ESPN. I don't know what the categories are because I've never watched them. I just know that the SBs are a thing. That's all I know. I imagine that they have something like in the categories of like best sportscaster of the year, um I feel like they have something like most philanthropic athlete or something of the year, something like that. Well, they served us up another moderate, so we'll go ahead and load that. We probably won't finish it before she gets here, but I'll go ahead and load that one. And meanwhile, while that's coming up, I will text her and see what is up. Let's see. Oh man. Okay. I texted her, is everything Jake? And of course, she's going to say, what is Jake? Let's see. I joined some tournaments because I'm in a Discord group that is dedicated specifically to Board Game Arena. So they host a lot of tournaments and stuff. And they set these tournaments up where you get thrown like 15 tables at once. So right now I've got like 15 tables of Can't Stop, which actually it's fewer because I know I lost at least two of those already. But it's like I woke up Monday morning and 15 tables of Can't Stop. Okay, she's on her way. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, you started on the cross. I'll just go to the down. Sudden shocks. No, don't know that one. Two down. Farewell, that's bid. Bid adieu. That's a good one for you. I probably spelled it wrong. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even in there. Adieu. There we go. I got it right. Okay, three down. Organization that empowers high school girls to pursue high tech study. Women in STEM. Minstem. There we go. Okay, five down. Mrs. in Mexicali. Oh, that's already filled out. Five. Goodie that might be glazed or powdered. Donut.
Am I being heard by the world?
I hear you.
Hello,
Six
Ronald.
down.
Can you also hear me?
Oh,
I forgot to even turn on my ring light, but this one light, it's very good. I think I just need to always have that light on. Because even turning on the ring light, it's like a weird like glare.
yeah,
I
you
also have
look
my
pretty
camera
good.
tilted
You
more.
don't have that shadow that you had before.
Yeah, I think I've got my camera tilted more so it doesn't have my window in it so
Mhm.
much. I was
I'm
about to
also
adjust it,
seeing
but you know what? I'm just
I'm
going to do it.
seeing much more of your body than usual, but it's okay.
Don't look at my mess.
It's okay.
Yeah, I was trying to get it tilted and bruh, I'm just having a morning. I went to bed like not really early-ish for me, but I went to bed at like 12:30 last night, which is not bad. Which had I stayed
How
asleep would have
about
been perfect.
we save that for life update?
Ooh, then let's get switched over.
You can natter on about that. So let's get everything switched over.
I forget that when we were on the TV, it cut stuff off of my screen.
Cut stuff like what off of your screen?
The edge where you can see the like where it says what's it called? The media stuff and all that stuff, it cuts it off the edge of my screen, so I cannot see.
Oh.
Yeah, I usually don't just full screen the window. I have to like drag it so that it fits my TV. And I forget this every time. There we go. I've been using my projector a lot more, and so I forget that I have to do this. Let's see. So get rid of that.
Like that.
Um,
Okay.
pull that up. Hide that. There we go.
Did you
It's
want to
almost as if
change the
we've done
music?
this before. I'm working on it.
Oh, I was just asking if you want to. You don't have to.
Yes, we have the stream music, so let's use the stream music. My eyebrows are so tiny today. I shaved them down even more
Oh,
yesterday, and they're so
no.
tiny.
The things my children are doing to their bodies, I don't need to know. It makes me sad. They are not the children I gave birth to.
And the thing is, they like 2 days ago, I had full eyebrows, and then the day before yesterday, I shaved them down a little, and I'm like, no, this isn't the tiny eyebrow that I want, and so I shaved them down even more.
And you keep shaving them down and they won't come back, but we're whatever.
Except they definitely do still come back with a vengeance, just like
Yeah,
all of
but
my hair.
when you get older, they won't come back, is the thing.
So I'm getting my practice for drawing them on right now.
Very funny, Ronald. Very funny. Very funny.
Okay.
I'm glad you have
And
your Pikmin sprout on again
yes,
today.
I'm less of a tomato or an apple, Ronald, and more of a Pikmin. It stays on my
I
headphones.
was wondering why he said tomato or an apple. I didn't understand what he was talking about, and now I see because
Have I adjusted?
you have your sprout on.
It was like perfectly in frame. I think I was slouching when I set up the camera. Bear with me just a mo. Give me just a mo.
Just a mo, because we need to get going.
There we go. That's why you were seeing more of my body. I had it adjusted weird and I was
Yeah,
slouching.
and I can also see all your boxes in the back. Oh my god.
If it makes you feel any better, yarn.
If you just
Yarn.
neaten up the yarn, well, that side looks fine. That side with the chair and your little thing. Yeah, that side looks fine. That other
That side
side,
honestly is a little bit worse than this side.
but
You
from
can't see
here
it.
it looks from here that side looks fine, and that side looks like a bunch of boxes and bags.
I'll just work on moving all of this stuff over here so it's out of the camera angle so you can't see it.
Yes, exactly.
So it'll
Because
look like I have a clean
all
room
of
back
my
here.
stuff over here is a hot mess. You know what this room looks like, but it doesn't look like that on camera. Oh, so
Okay.
your hubby's needs crochets. That's nice. Okay, are we ready?
I guess so.
Okay.
About as ready as we'll ever be.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday morning edition of the Coffee Klatsch. I am one of your presenters, Dani the Worker Bee, and today we have my co-presenter, my partner in crime.
Artemis the Pikmin.
Yay! And in case you don't know what we do here, we don't have a specific niche. We are here to be your audio ambiance. We are here to be your background sound. We are here to keep you company while you are folding laundry, while you are watching the children run around at your feet. Or if you are stuck on a failing transport that cannot land planet side because it will explode, and you jumped into that transport because you found out that two shady men were trafficking women to another sector, and so you jumped in to get away from their flaming lasers that they were trying to shoot you with, and put in the location of the last ship that you checked, which turned out to be a friendly ship. You don't know it's a friendly ship, but I'm letting you know, I am the all-seeing reader, that it is a friendly ship and you'll like it there. You just got to get there, girl. Sip on that last little bit of water and that one protein bar you had left in your pocket when you jumped in there, and hope that you don't die when you go through hyperspace. That last bit
Was this from your real life?
was not from my real life. Well, the only part of it from my real life is that it is a series that I enjoy reading, and this was the latest book that just came out last week, or no, actually came out Sunday, and I swallowed it post haste immediately, and it is called Saved by the Servali. It is book
Ooh.
5 in the Felix Orbis Galaxy series by SC Principale. It's available on Kindle Unlimited if you happen to have Kindle Unlimited. It is a great series. I really enjoy it. And the next book is not coming out until August. So I may end up rereading all the other books just because I'm in that mood.
I'm still waiting for the Cafe Latte book to come out.
So, how are you doing?
Ronald is over here killing me with the hashtag audio ambiance, hashtag background sound. I love it. And then hashtag exploding transport, hashtag friendly ship. It was so good. Testing
He's giving us the definition of assay because it was on our crossword puzzle.
Oh, okay. I missed all of that. I usually have the stream up on my phone, but let's get into life updates. I'm having a heck of a morning. Are you changing the banner?
I am.
Okay. You had your clicking face on.
I don't have a clicking face.
You do. You're like, this is me. I'm Dani presenting, and then this is me going to change things. You just get wistful. You get very wistful, looking in the distance.
Whatever.
Going to click thing. I am having a heck of a morning. I went to bed at midnight 30 last night, which is not super late for me. And then, what? Someone keeps blowing a whistle at you and you feel compelled to follow? I went to bed at midnight 30, thought I was going to get a nice, good sleep. Woke up because of a nightmare. I've had nightmares 3 days in a row at this point. The first nightmare was that we did not have, Pikmin. I haven't played Pikmin in so long. I need to play Pikmin again. But Nintendo does not do sales, which is very frustrating. Otherwise, I would have Pikmin on my Switch.
My Switch is sitting there lonely because I keep thinking I wanted a Switch, but now that I see the prices of the games on Switch,
Nintendo, yeah, because I would play the heck out of a Pikmin game. Tried to go to sleep, thought I was going to sleep well, had a nightmare. The last 3 nights in a row, I've had nightmares. The first night, I had a nightmare that we were out. The water wasn't working, and we didn't have power, which hurricane nightmare, I guess.
About that. Yeah, hurricane nightmare.
Yes. And I think that was just triggered by the fact that I think they're doing some work on the pipes around us or something. They keep closing the road off, and our toilet water pressure, there's no water pressure in our toilet. The sinks are still running pretty fine, a little less water pressure, but there's no water pressure in our toilet. So they're the bowl is not filling up the way it's supposed to, and it's all weird. Which that's happened before, and then it corrected itself, but now it's happening again. So I think it's just because they're working on this stuff. But so I had a nightmare that we had no power water, and then I had a nightmare that I was going to jail, but it was
no.
Yes, but it was a continuation of another nightmare because I'd had another nightmare that I was going to jail, but this was weeks ago. And so I'm having this nightmare of I'm going back to jail. And for some reason in the whole nightmare, I was concerned about there was a warden that was after me. I was in the house. We were in grandma's house, actually. I was in the house and I was trying to fill out the paperwork to make sure that I could have my Chromebook while I was in jail. Because they're you can have certain things in jail, but you have to fill out the paperwork. So I'm trying to fill out the paperwork, but the warden is physically chasing me. So I'm carrying these pens and papers, trying to find a hard surface to write things out on and fill out numbers and papers and stuff. And I'm oh my gosh, it was so awful. And then last night I had just a proper nightmare. We were in, I think my weird memories amalgamation of Nana's house, but we were there.
Nana as in my mother?
Yes.
Oh, not that house.
And it was a weird
nightmares.
It was a weird amalgamation of what I remember seeing in that house, because I don't think I ever saw her whole house, but I just what I remember of the house. And it was a weird Narnia situation of one of the closet doors goes to another world, and we were we were hanging out in the house, but we were like, there's a monster after us, and like a big,
Well,
like
so
almost like the
far, so far,
monster.
that's her house.
It was almost like the monster that I have on my
Get to the
shirt.
dream part. So far, that's her house.
The shade. Um, it's almost like the monster character that I have on my shirt. If you've ever seen the Poppy Playtime game, Huggy Wuggy is
Yes.
this big, long, extra lanky creature, like abnormally long, 8-10 feet tall, and like super long limbs for whatever reason. And so that's the kind of creature that was chasing us. And so we go to like to escape that monster. We're like in the normal house, and we're like running through the house, and we run through like a weird foyer area and run through the living room, and then we get to the closet. And so we go into the closet, and first of all, it's not just like walking through Narnia. You like go and it's like falling down an elevator shaft. And so that was
Oh
already
no.
scary. So you open the closet, you have to fall through this elevator shaft, hope that something catches you, something does, and then inside of the closet, the other world is like, if you've ever seen Disney's Elements, where it's like everything is very like spacey and colorful sort of, but there's like flying cars and all kinds of different like types of creature people, and there's water place over here and fireplace over here, and but the monster somehow got into the other world and was chasing us, and so we're going like back and forth between the house and the real world. So that happened tonight. That was tonight's nightmare for some reason. It wasn't even a melatonin nightmare because I didn't take melatonin tonight. So that was
Oh
tonight's
no.
nightmare. And then
Melatonin gives you nightmares.
it doesn't always, but when I have a nightmare on melatonin, it's awful. It's very bad. But so that happened, and I wake up and I'm like, okay, nightmare, this sucks, going back to sleep. I go back to sleep. I wake up again because my headphones have died, and I can hear my dog drinking out of the toilet because one of us forgot to close the bathroom door. So
Oh,
I
that's a
yell at her to get
disgusting
back in here.
sound.
Yes. And so I yell at her. She gets back into the bedroom. I go back to sleep. I wake up again because we decided to try to let the puppy, we say puppy, he's not like little, but he's like 3 years old. We decided to let him, instead of sleeping in the kennel, sleep out in the room with us. And so he comes over and curls up in the crook of my arm, which like super cute, sweet, love it. I love it so much. It woke me up. So that happens, but I'm able to go back to sleep pretty quickly. I'm like curled in an S shape around 2 dogs, get back to sleep pretty quickly. And then remember my headphones are dead, so I can hear every sound that goes on in the room. I wake up again to that same dog peeing on my floor.
Oh no.
Which is why we keep him in the kennel when he goes to bed. And so
Oh no.
I had to yell at Wayne to wake Wayne up so that Wayne could go clean up the piss off of our floor, and then I couldn't get back to sleep.
Oh no.
So that was my night. A lot of nightmares and piss.
A lot of nightmares and piss. That sounds about right.
It was not fun.
That's not cool.
So that's why I was late today. I texted her and told her I was trying to be here at like 10:15, and I was just dragged.
And so I set the thing for 10:15. I hustled myself in here, and there's no Maya.
I was dragging. I am an over encumbered Pikmin.
So we don't have a lot of life stuff today, so I want to shuffle a few of the shower thoughts up, and then we can go into crafty thoughts, if that's okay with you.
That is fine with me.
Okay.
I did have some pictures that I need to pull up, so you continue talking and I will work on those.
Okay. Well, my first thought is a minor annoyance, my annoyances and my shower thoughts pass for my life update because I don't leave the house, so I don't do anything. Other than it is girls' weekend again this coming weekend, so I'm going to your Aunt Terry's this weekend.
Oh, we're both going to be out because I'm going out for my birthday this weekend.
We're trying to turn this into a monthly thing, so which we were kind of doing it, starting to do a monthly thing, and then the pandemic happened. And my tooth is fine, thank you, Ronald. My jaw still, if I touch the outside of my jaw, is still a little bit tender. But I can eat normal food, which is good because your brother made two of my favorites for his meal prep last week, and I couldn't eat them, so I had to wait until Sunday because um, he made pork barbecue in the crock
Mm.
pot, and and he bought some good barbecue sauce this time, so it was really delicious barbecue sandwiches, and which I'm able to chew because it was just soft enough that I can chew that, and he got nice good rolls, so I was able to chew that. And he made Japanese curry, which is one of my
Ooh.
favorites. So
Yum yum. So fancy.
yes, so it's one of my favorites. So, but I had to hold off on eating either one of those till my mouth got a little bit better. But yeah, again, it still kind of hurts, and I'm still kind of careful when I brush on that side, because from what I read, it takes roughly 2 weeks for it to really be healed and
Hmm.
have you eat everything. And this is right now, it's just a week out. So I'm trying to be more careful about what I eat and give it another week before I try to eat like potato chips or anything, which everybody is eating chips and dip and all kinds of things
Because we
around
just
me.
had the Super Bowl.
And I'm
The Super
like,
Bowl is definitely a chips and dip kind of
I
event.
want chips and dip so bad, and I cannot have them. And soda, I bought all them right before I got my tooth removed because again, I thought I was getting a crown, and last time I had a crown, I was able to eat fine. So
Hmm.
I had bought the grocery shopping right before that. Hi, Junie. I had bought the makings for a dirty soda because I wanted to try a dirty soda. Well, now I can't have any carbonation because of the thing, so I have to wait.
Why is your soda dirty? Shouldn't you want a clean soda?
We have discussed dirty soda.
I need you to rediscuss it. I don't remember what this is.
Dirty soda. Long story short, the Mormons, the Latter Day Saints, they can't have hot drinks, so they can't have coffee or tea. So to get their caffeine, they drink soda, and they don't do alcohol either. So to make it they make it fancy. And so
Okay.
in Utah, several chains have opened up where they make the drinks fancy. And basically, a dirty soda is like a Coke or a Dr. Pepper, and then you put creamer in it, and then you put some sort of like either lime juice or syrup or whatever in it, depending on which one you want to make. There's several different kind of dirty soda cocktails, so it
Okay.
depends. But the elements are soda, creamer, juice.
We should get some dirty sodas to try on stream.
And
And a sidebar.
so I got the makings for a dirty soda, and now I can't drink it
Hmm.
because
That's all I'm saying,
well,
Ronald. I think it's just the
but see,
creamer that's putting
I
me
grew
off.
up watching Laverne and Shirley and drinking milk and Pepsi, so it doesn't sound gross to me. On Laverne, one of the characters on Laverne and Shirley would drink milk and Pepsi. That was her favorite thing to drink. And I used to drink that as a kid. Well, whenever I could get soda, because my mother wasn't big on buying sodas. But whenever I could get soda, I would drink milk and Pepsi.
Doesn't soda like curdle the milk?
Not really.
I feel like milk curdles if you think about it too
Oatmeal is,
hard.
Ronald, to be fair,
Oatmeal is
oatmeal
gross.
is not as gross. No. See, that's her, Ronald. I like oatmeal. I'm just suspicious of peanut butter and jelly oatmeal, but I was actually looking it up the other day because I was thinking about trying it.
You can try some peanut butter and jelly oatmeal. I would maybe try the dirty soda. The creamer is what's throwing me off because like soda and add like lime juice and stuff like that. And we got Ari in the chat. Everybody's just here to fuss at me. Thank you, Junie. Oats are nasty.
So it looks like it's 3-2 here because three of us like oatmeal and two of y'all don't.
Okay, but
So
I count for two. I count for like 5 extra votes because it's my birthday.
It's not your birthday yet, ma'am.
we're
Oh,
we're in the
speaking of
aura of my
which,
birthday.
sidebar, um, or actually background, your birthday present is on its way. It should be there tomorrow. It's probably because I opted to save the planet and not have them put it in an extra box. You'll
That's fine.
probably be able to see from the outside what it is immediately, so you probably don't want to leave it on your porch.
Okay.
Okay. Um, but anyway, online annoyance. What my life updates are just little things because I don't leave the house. But um, I when I watch um when I you see Ronald's note, right?
Yes, we can talk about that later. Because today's Wednesday, so we'll be playing stuff today anyway, unless you're busy. But yeah, we can
Um
talk about it later. I appreciate it.
um what was I saying? Oh, when you watch like shorts or reels or
Mm-hmm.
whatever all the little TikTok knockoffs are, and
Mm-hmm.
they show a movie clip and then they don't tell you what
Say
movie
what
it's
movie it is.
from.
Always check the comments because somebody in the comments will always be like, just for anybody who doesn't know, this is the Truman Show, or just for anybody who is
Well,
looking, or
I've
you'll have to look for people who are
there's been a
asking.
few where I have checked the comments and I have gone way down in the comments and nobody has said what movie it is. And that is
Disservice.
so annoying because
They've
usually
done
it's a
you a
good clip
disservice.
and it's go, oh, this is interesting. I might watch this. Can't watch it if you don't tell me what it is. That is
Which
so annoying.
Yes, because there are like whole channels dedicated to just putting up like movie clips that'll catch your attention, which like is good for their little like viewer count or
Mhm.
whatever, because people are going to watch the clip. But also like tell us what the movie is, because if you told us what the movie is and you're showing these like viral clips or
Mhm.
whatever, I feel like they would get more follows so that people could be like, oh, this is an interesting movie. This person always
Mhm.
posts interesting movies,
Mhm.
like, but they're just in it for the views. I guess I don't
Well, it
understand.
depends because I follow TCM and they always tell you what movie it is because they're a
Yes.
movie
But
ticket
they're an
network and
official
cable.
network. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also follow something called 50s Daily, and they also tell you what movie it is. So some of these people who have a username like XCLBR50, you know, some nonsense username, and then they don't bother to put anything in the caption to tell you what the movie is or anything in the comments or anything. It's just annoying to me. But that's a minor annoyance. My other thing, which is more pertinent to life updates, I guess, is that it is Black History Month,
Mm-hmm.
and as usual, I feel like an imposter during Black History Month, even though I am. I have all the colors. I have the lovely color, but like I don't know how to explain it. A lot of times you'll see somebody on Black History Month say, okay, you shouldn't do XYZ. And white people always do XYZ. And if you have white people in your life doing XYZ, you should tell them blah, blah, blah. And nine times out of
XYZ isn't
10,
like a
nine times,
microaggression, or XYZ
yeah,
is
yeah.
in
Well, so it
okay.
might be considered a microaggression or whatever. And nine times out of 10, it's like, I do that. So I'm as bad as the white people. Like one of the big things, which I don't do anymore, but one of the big things was years ago when it was very big about, don't touch my hair.
Yes.
Number one, I don't care if you touch my hair. Number two, I have been very guilty because I'm usually the only black person in a white group. I have been very guilty of touching all of my white friends' hair and
I
petting
also do
them.
that.
And they're like, it's you shouldn't do that because you're treating them like they're a pet or a cat or something. I have done
I
this
feel like the
all of my
difference
white
though,
friends.
I feel like the difference specifically with that, because I also have been the petter and the pet he. I feel like the difference is if how well you know the person. Because if it's your
Mm.
friend, that's just like a sign of like affection, like we know each other. It would be no different than like grabbing your arm when you're excited or like a hug or something. That I don't. That is like I feel like is not what they're talking about. I feel like what they're talking about is people that you don't know. Because I have literally been, I was at the mechanic and there was a lady who I fully did not know. And it was either when my hair was dyed green or I had some yarn braids or something. But there's a lady who I fully did not know walked up and stuck her hands in my hair. And she was like, "Oh, what a lovely color," or something like that. And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like inching away, like trying to get away. So I think the difference is how well you know the person. And like Junie is saying in the thing, you have to know that that person's going to be okay with it.
But I have been guilty of doing that to a coworker. I can't even pretend that it was a close friend. I've been guilty of doing that to a coworker.
Mother.
I know. I know. I know. But also like the other thing is like when they'll post things like, "Oh, if you grew up in a black household, you remember this and this and this and this." I know it adjacently because I am married to the blackest of blackety black men, but that wasn't in my house.
I
I
also feel
just
that way about some of those things.
Yeah, because you were raised in my house and I didn't do any of the blackety black things because I wasn't raised in a blackety black
Yeah,
house.
I feel like some of those things I know from living with grandma sometimes, but
Yes. Yes. From your grandma or from your cousins or from
Mhm.
other parts of the family, not from our house.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like an imposter, you know.
All journeys are valid, or whatever they say. Oh, you hate the word
Yeah,
journey. I'm sorry.
that's what they say, but yeah, I hate the word journey. But that's what they say, but I still feel like an imposter this month, so I'm glad when this month is over.
But you also do support, like you try to support black owned businesses, which I feel like is more than some
I
other people
do.
do.
But that's the other thing. That's the other thing. I because most of the year I just like with books for instance, I kind of just grab the books that I'm interested in and
Hmm.
then February comes around and I remember, "Oh, I should try to be grabbing some black authors." And then it's like, well, I'm just like the white people who wait till February to read the black authors and then forget it the rest of the year.
You definitely later, like other points in the year, I've heard you talking about trying to find black authors. I feel like you feel like an imposter, but you're not.
And to be fair, when it comes to the kind of like for instance, I enjoy alien romance, but there's not a lot of black authors. Most of the black authors that get recommended when you see those roundups of here black romance authors, they are all writing contemporary. And I
Yeah.
find contemporary boring.
That's the issue that I have is
I don't read white people contemporary. I don't like the contemporary is just boring to me. I want you to be on another planet, or I want it to be time travel, or I want it to be monsters and ogres and witches and
hmm
something. Just, the football player and the secretary yawn.
Yeah, that's the problem I have because I do like reading a lot of like fantasy and
Uh-huh.
adventure and stuff like that. And like I feel like more black people are breaking into the fantasy adventure kind of genre, but it's still like everybody
But the
has their
ones
own
that I
very
find,
specific thing
yeah,
that they want to read. Yeah.
the ones that I find are like super ultra serious. It's like when I do
Yes.
find a black
I don't
author
want
who's
Game of Thrones.
exactly, exactly. I don't want super. I want light and fun. You
Yes.
know,
Very much
like the
so.
book that I read that I mentioned at the top of the show. That's even though she was being chased by traffickers, most of the book is light and fun once
Hmm.
she gets away from them. So it's like I want stuff like that.
I don't think I put enough creamer in my coffee.
Oh, that's not cool.
I had like the other part of the reason why I was like, we're still in life updates, right? The other part of the reason why I was late today was because I was having a near panic attack because I went to like rinse out my coffee cup to use my coffee cup, and I looked at the like little rubber rim, and I saw something in there, and I was like, I have to clean this immediately, or I'll never be able to use this cup again because I saw some stuff under there, and I was like. And so I had to go to Wayne and ask him to take the like rubber rim off so I could clean under it. And he's like, oh my goodness, there's a bunch of and I'm like, don't say it or I'll never be able to use the cup again. Please don't say what you see here. And I had to run to the kitchen and like scrub it and just pretend that it did not exist.
That happens to me. I often forget to I try to remember, but I often forget to get you're talking about like when you have this part.
Yes.
Yeah,
the part that squeezes it to the cup so it doesn't spill immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to get Wayne to pull it off and scrub it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do we have any you had something about getting tipped at the store.
Oh yes, this story is okay. So, one, a life update that I literally just got. This is just updated. This just
breaking
in
news.
Our breaking news. Thank you. Breaking news. Our store looks like it's going to be closing on the 24th. Where's my little thing?
Yeah, that's a few days earlier because they said they were closing on the 28th, right?
Yeah. Well, they said what I just heard from the manager. So in our group chat, one of the girls texted, as of right now, it looks like the official closing date is February 24th. And I said, why did it change? And our store manager said, well, they hadn't said the actual date until now, just what they were aiming for. So they were aiming for the 28th, but it looks like we have an actual date now of the 24th. So since my job is in immediate devise, I am pre-fired, if you will.
Pre-fired.
We have helium at our store. I work at Party City. Party City is closing. We have helium at our store. We are not supposed to inflate outside balloons anymore. Only balloons that are purchased in our store because the store's closing. They only want us to use our helium on our own balloons. And I, as a rule, as a manager, stop inflating balloons 30 minutes till close because I've had far too many days where it's like 10 minutes till close. Somebody comes in, they're like, can I get these 45 balloons? And then we're stuck after close inflating balloons. I'm like, no, 30 minutes till close, we stop inflating balloons. And so I'm there with the two teenage girls, and we have our little tip jar out there. We've started putting a tip jar out. We have to put it away when the liquidation lady comes in, which why is it her business if we have a tip jar out? Like, they're not paying us well anyway. So why your job is to make sure things sell in the store. You should not be concerned whatsoever about how much money we make. But so we have a little tip jar out. So somebody comes in like 15 minutes to close, and they come in with some outside balloons, and they're like, we're hoping that we can get these inflated. I'm like, I'm so sorry, we don't inflate outside balloons anymore. They're like, oh no, it's our granddaughter's like 16th birthday party, and we were trying to like get these, and we were hoping to get some more balloons. And I'm like, so we stop inflating balloons 30 minutes to close, and we are not supposed to inflate outside balloons, but if you tip me right now, I will break the rules and inflate these balloons for you. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I will go against the rules and do what I'm not supposed to do if you tip me right now.
You said that to them like that?
Yes, exactly like that. A lot of times I'll say something and they're like, no, I said it in my head. That is exactly how I said it. And they're like, okay, well, we also want to get some other balloons. I'm like, okay, I'll walk over there with you to pick them out, but we are not inflating anything until I have a tip in my hand. And they're like, okay. So we go over, and he's like, I was thinking like golden pink. And so I pick out, I'm like, we've got some golden pink hearts here. And he's like, yeah, those look good. So we go over to the counter, and they're like, okay. And I'm like, okay. And we just stared at each other for a minute, and he pulled out his wallet, and he's like, how's $15? That's $5 for each of you. And I look at the other girls, and they kind of nod. And I'm like, okay, girls, go ahead and inflate the balloons. And so I give them, the girls go over and inflate the balloons. I take the money for the balloons that they're purchasing, and use the drawer to split the 10 into 5 so we can each get $5 bill. And then inflate the balloons. We each got $5 that day.
I don't know who this audacious child is. This is not the child I gave birth to 5 years ago.
I am fired. I am currently fired. I am working. I'm a working fired man. If you want me to stay in your store, because other than me and the store manager, Rebecca, they're not giving, I didn't mean to name drop her. Oh my goodness. But other than us, they're not giving anybody else any incentive. We just had another person quit. The only reason the other two girls aren't quitting is because they've talked to one of them doesn't have a job yet, but they're going to try to get unemployment. And the other girl has a job lined up for after the store closes. So that's the only reason the 2 teenagers that we have left are working in the store. If they fire me as the only other manager, then our store manager will have to work literally 7 days a week, open to close. Because we do not have another manager, and there has to be a manager in the store for the store to be open. She will have to work 7 days a week, open to close. I am banking on them not firing me, and also them not seeing this video because we're not popular yet.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but I got us a cute little tip. So that was fun. And then I feel like there was something else. I don't remember now. I feel like there's something else I was going to talk about in life updates, and I just really don't remember. So, are you over there coloring?
What makes you think that?
Oh, I don't know. Just this.
I could just be reading for all you know.
You would not be reading live on stream.
I might.
Wild.
If the book was really good.
Wild.
I'm kidding. You know I wouldn't do that. So, do you have
Oh yeah, also Wayne finally played up with us. That would be gaming news on Friday. But Wayne finally played up with us. And he
why is he saying Overcooked?
He meant played up. It was because he's a goober. But Wayne has refused to play Played Up, Overcooked, Cook So Delicious, any of my favorite cooking and screaming games with me because he just doesn't like those style of games. But he played with me. He played with me and Ari the other day.
Because he wants to play hardcore FPSs.
Exactly. He was playing hardcore. He's playing New World right now, which I see him spend a lot of time just standing in the square playing his lute as a bard, which is hilarious. But he played with us, and Ari and I kept trying to explain to him because at the end of every 3 days or right after you get a star or whatever, you have an option of a hindrance that the game gives you of more people will show up during the rush, or you have to add a new recipe to the thing. Like you have to cook a new thing as well. And Ari and I kept trying to explain to him, because he was in the kitchen in the game. I was out on the floor. He was in the kitchen, and Ari was the little go-between person. And we were trying to explain to him, it's going to be we should probably do this thing because this other thing will be hard. Because Ari and I played the game multiple times before. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, let's do this. And he kept arguing there was no room in the kitchen for stuff. And we're like, there's definitely room. You just haven't rearranged everything. And so it was pretty fun. It was funny. And he was yelling at me.
Well, do you think he'll play again though, or?
Almost certainly not.
Oh no.
Ronald, I wish you had an Xbox so we could all Played Up together. I wish you had an Xbox so we could play a lot of games together, honestly. Because Ari and I have multiple games, I feel, that could play with at least 3 or 4 people. But particularly Played Up. I love Played Up. Cooking and screaming.
So, do we want to move on to crafting
dots? Yes, and I will just say more life updates as they appear in my brain.
That's how we always do. Those captions at the bottom are just like a suggestion because I can't stay on topic to save my life.
Also, Ronald, don't go buy an Xbox just for me. I feel like if you have games that you want to play on the Xbox, then it would be super great. But if you're not already playing stuff on the Xbox, if you're not playing it, because you would have to get the Xbox, and then you would have to get Xbox Live, I think, to be able to play online stuff. And then if you don't want to get Game Pass, you would have to buy the game, or you could pay the monthly fee for Game Pass. It's a whole thing. Don't even worry about it. We could play Beat Saber and other VR games. I don't want you to go through buying a whole new system.
You're so sweet.
Yeah, I pay. So yeah, to play the games that I play. I also wish more games were cross-platform, Junie. But yeah, to play the games that I play, I have I have the older one, so I have an Xbox One because they are now on Xbox Series X and Series S. So Wayne and Ari have a Series X or a Series S. I think it's Series S is the one that they have. I have an Xbox One, which is the generation before. I
Wait
think
a
it's the
minute,
one.
you have two Xboxes in your house?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
One of them was literally gifted to us because Wayne was playing, because we had one Xbox. We had an Xbox One, and Wayne was playing games, and back when he was playing Destiny, his friends got frustrated at him saying, no, sorry, I can't play right now because my wife is using the Xbox. And so one of them literally sent me an Xbox One so that he could play Destiny with them. Like literally was like, here is your Xbox. Let him play games with us. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
Lord. Well, that's okay then. I'll allow it.
But yeah, we have the
$450. The Xbox has gotten up to $450. Oh my
that's
god.
probably the new one, I believe. If
That's
you get
right.
just
That's right up there with eggs being $4.50 a dozen. Oh god.
ah, but if you get an older one, like if you get an Xbox One, which, like I said, my Xbox One still functions perfectly fine. There's
That's
just some
true.
reasons
That's
why.
true. We've not bought a new. There hasn't been a new console in this house until your brother got a job and started buying his own consoles.
Time out. Chloe, no one wants to play Minecraft. Chloe, no one wants to play Minecraft.
What is Chloe doing up?
Chloe loves Minecraft for some reason. I hate it.
What is Chloe doing up? She's got to go to work tonight.
Ooh, Spectrum was coming for you. What'd you say?
No, I was saying, what is Chloe doing up? Because she needs to be at work tonight. Spectrum must be coming for me because Chloe's actually online instead of sleeping.
Chloe,
Yeah,
you're stealing the internet.
Minecraft is coming back according to Aunt Terry.
Yeah,
It's
all
like
the children are playing Minecraft.
her child used to play Minecraft because remember I made that Minecraft hat for her child, and that was when they were like 10, I think. Were like 10 years old, 8 or 10 years old.
Oh, we do all have Switches. Ooh, we could maybe find a game to play on Switch, Ronald. Sorry.
I thought you liked Critter Cafe. We've turned this into Friday gaming. Oh no.
We have. We definitely have.
Y'all could all play Palea. Palea's free.
I do have Palea. I haven't played it at all yet.
I haven't played it in a while. But
I only have online on the Switch because Ari put me on his family pass so that we could play stuff together. Yarn. Yes, Ronald, yarn.
Yeah, that definition of family gets wider and wider because I just put your Aunt Terry on my family, on my Apple family, so that she could play Apple Arcade.
To be fair, you and Aunt Terry have known each other long enough to be family. I feel you guys have been friends long enough to be family. Ari and I,
we were friends before I got married. So
exactly, long enough to be family.
Yeah.
And Ari is my adopted sibling.
I've been married since 1989.
You mean 5 years ago?
Yeah, 5 years ago. No, 1989 was about 10 years ago.
Do I need to make a 10 years ago tab?
No, we don't. Okay, Yarn, do you want to show your crafty stuff first?
Yeah, let's what was I going to show? Oh, let me go ahead and show these pictures from my henna appointment.
Time out for a second. Do we have a hard out today?
I have to be at work at 1, which means I need to leave at 12:30. I'm already pretty much dressed. I'm not putting on any makeup. I'm not even gonna draw on my eyebrows today. So,
also, do we want to do a little inside baseball? Are we going to talk about the bye Junie?
Oh, bye Junie.
The name change?
Yes, let's
decided against that.
I fully forgot that we were going to do a big announcement for that. So this is the big announcement. We are changing the name of the channel. Not to fully draw them back on. I shave them so they're a little bit shorter than this. My eyebrows are shaved to like right here. And then I just draw the little points here because they're like rounded when I shave them. So I just draw them into little points. So I look like a little gremlin shit, honestly. So I like the tiny eyebrows because I feel like it's real.
She shaves them off so that she can do crazy things with the makeup and stuff.
Yeah, because I feel having the tiny eyebrows feels a bit more ethereal and alien to me, which I like. But oh yeah, Junie is saying, just to hear the announcement, we are changing the name of the channel after doing months and months of research and testing and all of these things.
Lies.
We have finally decided. Our researchers have given us the results of their months and months of research. The scientists have brought in the data, and we are changing the name. The name is going to be, I can't do a drum roll, the Conversation Chair. We are going to change the name to the Conversation Chair. So sometime, yes, market testing, SEO, committee meetings, all the buzzwords. But yes, we're changing the name to the Conversation Chair. So sometime, hopefully this week, depending on how, not ew, bye, Ari. Ari said ew, bye. He was only saying for the coffee. So we are going to, hopefully this week, change the name on the channel. I am probably going to go ahead and change the name on my Twitch as well to the Conversation Chair, or Conversation Chair Playing Around. The Gaming Chair? I could change it to the Gaming Chair. That just occurred to me.
Yep.
So Wednesdays will be the Conversation Chair. Fridays will be the Gaming Chair. But bye, Judy. Sorry, I tried to announce it pretty quickly since you were leaving.
Bye, Judy.
But yeah, we're gonna do that. And then also, right after we decided that we were going to change the name to the Conversation Chair, Wayne sent me a picture from his job of a Conversation Chair. Let me go back and pull it up. That they have at the store. You guys are all the way up here. I forgot. Oh, can we see? It looks so bad in here. There we go. Those are the actual colors. But he sent me a picture of a Conversation Chair at his job. $400.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I lied. $700. $700.
Oh Lord.
So we're not getting a Conversation Chair anytime soon. But yes, that is the big announcement. We're changing the name. Hopefully everything will be changed this week, is my hope. But also, I'm tired. So we'll see.
We'll see. Now show us the crafty stuff.
Yes, I wanted to pull up the pictures from my henna appointment. I also thought it was weird that I was saying a price that was less than an Xbox One, which is why I was like, wait, let me double check that. Okay. So I did the baby belly last week, which we skipped last week, right? We didn't do Wednesday last week, right?
Yeah, we skipped last week.
That's what I thought. Okay. So I did the baby belly, and I, like a goober, fully forgot to get a finished picture of the baby belly. So I got one that was like, I have only a tiny little section left. So you can just imagine what the rest of that looks like filled in. But let me pull it up.
Oh, that is so pretty.
So some things I want to point out.
You went way more complicated than what she originally had.
Right. So if you look in the center here, oh my goodness, is my mouse not going to show up on the photos?
There's like a hummingbird or something.
Yes, you can see a hummingbird in the center, and then if you look in the very top left quadrant, you can just barely see there's a butterfly over there. And then if you look down in the lower left quadrant, you'll have to hunt for it maybe, but there's a little heart in there. That is the first place that the baby kicked me, because the baby was very active while I was doing this. And so that was the first place the baby kicked me. So I was like, let's put a little heart right there. So cute. And the mother loved it. So I did that. And then I just had another appointment yesterday. Also, life updates because I keep going past this picture in my feed. The other day, I was laying on the couch and my dog decided to fully stand on top of me. And so her paws, she was standing right on the top of my thighs. And I didn't realize it until the next day. I have bruises all across my thighs from her standing on my thighs. Yes. It was very, very unpleasant. It's like, it looked like someone like tried to beat me. I have like a rash of bruises right across the top of my thighs. Very unpleasant.
Well,
but here is
summer,
the other
wearing shorts.
Yeah, and where they are is like you wouldn't be able to see them like with the shorts that I wear anyway. It's like pretty high up on my thigh. But so this is the other henna appointment that I had. This was the back tattoo that like I showed you guys my sketchbook, and I was
nice.
I was like, these are the 3 designs. This is the one that she chose. So we did that. I was able to like tape her up and everything, and they were so wealthy. Like I drove over to their house because since she had to like essentially be topless for me to do this, that I was like, let's do it at your house.
Of course, did it at her house. Yeah.
Also, I don't have a studio, so but I drove over to her house. I had to go like up a hill, and there's this huge like expanse of land. That's all their land. They have a whole like separate little like space for their dogs. They have like 4 German Shepherds. They have a full like above ground pool, but like a large above ground pool. And then like their house was enormous. And I walk in, not a hair out of place. And she's like, "Oh, you'll have to excuse the house. I'm so sorry. My husband hasn't taken down the tree yet." Like,
ma'am,
it looks like a fake house that you go to, like a show house when you're like
a model, like a model house when you're about to go buy a house and they show you the model house.
Yes. It looks like one of those TV houses where you're like watching a sitcom or whatever, and their house is always pristine and perfect. And it's like no one actually lives like that, but apparently she does. And she's like, "I'm so sorry. I thought I turned off the vacuum cleaner, but I didn't." And the like Roomba turns on and starts walking, like going around the floor.
Your Aunt Terry's house is like that. And she always talks about her house being a mess. And I'm like, your house is never a mess.
If your house doesn't look like my background of my office in my screen, your house is not a mess.
Exactly.
But she was very, very nice. She was very happy with the tattoo. Since it took less than an hour, I charge by the hour. I don't do less than an hour. So since I charged by the hour, she had me for the hour. I did an extra tattoo on her hand. I did not get a picture of this because I completely forgot. But they tipped me an extra like $40. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So that was fun. And I feel like, I also want to show just this. I just got a very good picture of myself yesterday or the other day, and I wanted to show this picture. Because I was
just feeling yourself, huh?
I was, honestly. I was at work and the sun was in my face, and it just happened to be a very nice picture.
Oh, that is a good picture of you.
Right? That was before I shaved my eyebrows even shorter than they are in that picture. So that was my eyebrows.
Pikmin.
Yeah, I've got my little Pikmin leaf. I want to make like flowers and stuff too, but I feel like with a flower it would be too heavy and it wouldn't sit up the way I want it to. I also have other crochet things to show, but you go ahead and show some of your stuff now.
No, show your crochet stuff.
Are you trying to stall so that you can finish your drawing?
I am. How can you tell?
It's the coloring face.
I do not have a coloring face.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm working on building up my inventory. I need to do more. I'm trying to do more amigurumis because those are the things that sell. I know that I made a lot of amigurumis over the last year, but now that I'm looking at all the patterns and like trying to figure out what I want to make, I don't want to make any of them for just like various different reasons. Like the little squids, I can make in like 30 minutes. And so those I make really, really fast, but I'm like, I feel like people were buying the little squids off of my table as a backup because they couldn't afford anything else. Like they didn't really want a squid. They just wanted a cute squishy thing. And then
Uh-huh.
like the dragons, I want to make some dragons, but I would have to go out and buy another like 2 skeins of yarn because I don't have enough to make one in like a in all in one color. Like I don't have enough of one color to make a full dragon. Also, just the time. And then the leggy froggies, I feel like I saw something on YouTube about like this is the end of the leggy froggies, so people aren't buying them anymore. The last bees
Mhm.
that I made lasted forever. Like no one was buying the bees, and so like, and I just don't want to make any more chickens because I'm tired of making chickens. So I've got like all of these various different reasons for not wanting to make all of the things that I made previously. So I'm
Uh-huh.
looking and finding new patterns. I will eventually go back and make those things at the very least some chickens, but in the meantime, I'm making some other stuff. So I have stingrays,
Oh, that's cute.
isn't it? This light
That's
is like
cute.
so harsh. There we go. I got a little stingray here, and then a little stingray. They're so chunky, and then
Oh,
also they
that's
have a little
cute.
smile underneath. Look, he's smiling at you.
Yeah, the little smile is cute.
Because that's just what stingrays look like. Their mouth is like underneath their faces, so it looks like they are smiling. And then I've got this one. I just haven't put any faces on them. I need to make some mushroom boys. I I think I just need to get more white, which is why I haven't done those yet. Because I made the stingrays and I was like, wait, let me go back and make some mushrooms. And by that point, I was out of white, so I need to go get some more white for those guys. But so I made the stingrays. Oh, one of them fell out of my box, and I made a jellyfish. I
Oh,
like
that's
this
cute.
pattern.
That's cute.
This pattern was fairly easy. And it was a low sew pattern because because these long tentacles you're supposed to sew on, but based on the way that they are made, instead of sewing them on, I can just attach the yarn and crochet it directly onto the jellyfish. And so I turned it into a no sew. So I'm gonna make some more of those once I get. I think my other problem is patterns like this that use 2 colors. Trying to find complementary colors. Like this looks
Yeah,
cute because I already had
yeah,
orange and
yeah,
yellow.
it does.
I'm worried about
Is that
using
that
some just like
orange that I sent home with you?
no. This is blanket yarn. This is Big Twist Posh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
which if you're looking for an amigurumi yarn, I really like Big Twist Posh. It's at Joann's. It's very to me very comparable to Sweet Snuggles Light. The Sweet Snuggles Light that they have at Michael's. I really like the Big Twist Posh. I just wish they had more colors. They don't have any like neutral colors. All their colors are either very bright or very like pastel. They don't have any like browns or grays, which I need for a couple patterns that I've been looking at. So
Speaking of Joanne's,
I still haven't gone to talk to them yet. I need to,
do
but
you
I'm
think
not going
the
to talk to
one
them yet.
near yours is gonna close?
I don't believe so. I looked up a post. I think talked to you about this the other day, but I looked up some like news posts, and the most recent news post that I saw, which was like maybe 10 days ago, said that Joanne said that they are not doing a mass closing. They are closing a few stores. They're closing 6 stores either in our area or across the country to do
Mm-hmm.
some reorganizing. One of those stores is in North Carolina, but it's in Hickory. So they're
Mm-hmm.
not doing a mass closing. They are just closing some stores to reorganize. And I believe they are still just looking for a seller or looking for a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
But so I made those, and then I made this, which this is specifically a character stuffy from Coraline. This is her little squid cat from
Oh,
Coraline.
that's cute.
I like the button eye very much.
That's cute.
Oh, Ronald
I
says
like
they
that
have until
color.
today to. Me too. It's a very bright blue. It's coming up pretty true to life on camera. It's maybe a little bit
It
teal
is very
tinge.
bright. I like the brightness.
Yeah. But those are all of the things that I've made essentially. I have not worked on any cloaks. I've tried to stop working on wearables because I need to stuffies sell for me during the year, so I need to make more stuffies.
Yeah.
Joanne's Ronald says that Joanne's has until today to find a buyer. Is this you saying Joanne's get on your shit, or is this you saying no? This is what the news said, Ronald. I'm very concerned, honestly,
Yeah.
because where am I? I don't. I don't want to go to Michael's and I don't want to go to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby does not have blanket yarn. Hobby Lobby does not have good like plush like
Well, like Michael's in
amigurumi
particular
yarn.
used to have more of a
A
variety,
variety. Yeah.
and now they have. When I went to Michael's, like right, like 3 days before Christmas, I went
Hmm.
to Michael's, and they had a bunch of Karen yarn because they have like an exclusive where
Yes.
there's like certain colors of the Karen cakes that they carry that other people don't carry.
Hmm.
So they have those, but then they don't have a lot of like, I think they may have had one or two things of Lion Brand. They just don't have a lot of variety.
I just
Walmart used to have a lot more yarn than they do, and now they have a little bit of Red Heart, and that Red Heart always seems to be sold out.
and if you go
And
to Walmart, just in general, every Walmart that I go to, the yarn aisle is like not stocked. Like
yeah,
it is the last
exactly.
thing that they stock. Like you go up and you have to stick your arm up to the elbow into the shelf to try to
Uh-huh.
get some
Or you
yarn.
see stuff that's up in boxes way up here, and all of these shelves down here are empty. Like nobody has emptied the
I'm about
box.
to start. I can promise you right now, if I have to go to Walmart for my yarn, I'm about to start being one of those people and I'm going to get up there and pull down a box. I'm
Working
going to
for
pull down
free.
a box myself. Work it for free. No, I'm going to pull it down, get out my yarn, and that box is going to stay on the floor. I'm not working for
Listen to
free.
you.
But if I have to go to Walmart to get my yarn, but also I just recently saw a YouTuber testing out the mainstays has like a blanket yarn now.
I like mainstays. I like mainstays,
Mhm.
but the few times I go in person to Walmart, they don't have all the varieties of mainstays that
Yeah.
you can see on the website.
And I just
But
don't
when you
want to
but
order
when you
yarn
buy it on the
online.
website, it costs more than buying it in the store. If you can find it in the store, it like when you buy it on the website, that's Walmart and Amazon are two places that I wouldn't buy yarn unless it's just a last ditch effort, because usually you have to buy it in a 3 pack or a 6 pack.
Also,
And I'm
sometimes
not
on
wanting to
Amazon the
buy that
prices
much.
are like jacked
Yeah,
up.
that too. You have to buy it in a 3 pack or a 6 pack, and usually it's a secondary seller, so they are jacking up the price. It's not like Amazon selling it to you directly, like we've discussed before. It's
Yeah.
some drop shipper person trying to sell it to you, so they are jacking up the price.
I think the other reason that I'm frustrated about it, about having to buy yarn online, is that a lot of times I will like, I'll do a market, I'll have cash, and I want to go to Joann's to use my cash to buy yarn.
Uh
And so if
huh.
I have to buy the yarn online, because that stops me from like spending too much. I'm like, I have $40. This is all that I'm spending on this. I'm not swiping my card. But
Yeah.
if I go online, then one, I have to put my cash in the bank, which like who wants to go to the bank? And two, it I just
It's just tempted to
I don't
spend more if you can't spend your cash.
exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't want to buy yarn online. I do want to try to order some yarn from Hobie, but I also just
I do too. I do too. I wish we lived closer. We could put in a joint order.
I mean, we live close enough.
We don't.
Or we
No, we
could do a
don't.
joint order and then I could how much would it be for me to mail you some yarn?
Too much.
Or
Too
vice
much.
versa.
Too much. So the Joanne closing was one of my quick hits. My other quick hit was, how do you feel about leather tags on hats?
I don't know because I know that Kelsey does leather tags on her
A
hats.
lot of people. She's not the first
Yeah,
person I've seen do the leather tags on
she's the
hats.
one that I think of immediately.
When I see a leather tag on a hat, I immediately think this might be a handmade hat, because it's so
See,
trend. It's so trendy to
yeah,
put the leather tags on hats that I immediately think, oh, this might be a handmade. Not, I mean, not guaranteed, because I'm sure there's hats at Walmart that have tags on, leather tags on
yeah.
them,
Well,
but
that's I think that's why people start putting the tags on the hats to make them look more professional. I think
mhm.
I'm the other way of like if I'm making a bunch of hats. First of all, the kind of hats that I make, where am I putting the tag? I guess on the brim.
Yeah.
But also, like, where am I putting a tag on a witch hat? But anyway, but
Yeah,
my
no,
other thought,
those are for a specific kind of hat. I wouldn't put them on all
yeah,
hats. It's
it's for
specifically
like
for
the
like
beanie.
a beanie type hat. That's where the tag looks good. The leather tag looks good.
My other thought process is not that I think that my stuff looks so clean and pristine or anything, but I would be worried about if I have a professional looking tag on my hat, people are going to think that I didn't make it. That is like a big worry that
Yeah.
I'm very worried about
Yeah.
people like I will have crochet hooks and be working on stuff at markets and stuff because for some I don't know why, but for some reason I'm so worried that people are going to think that I did not make all of the things on the table. Because people do
Yeah.
look aghast when I have a full layout, like you've seen some of the pictures of my like full layout where I've got a ton of stuff on the table.
Yeah.
And people will come up and they're like, Did you make these? And I'm like, yeah, I made everything on the table. And they will like look very aghast. And I'm like, I did.
I mean, why
like
would you be out here trying to sell it if you didn't make it?
because there are a lot of resellers who will go out and resell stuff. Like one of my crowns that I have, so I have the circlet crown that I think Chloe got me for Christmas. It was either Chloe or City,
Mm.
got me for Christmas, and then I have another, which is a Sweet V crown, and then I have another Sweet V crown that I know for a fact is a Sweet V crown because I have seen that exact crown on their like Amazon page. But somebody at a festival was selling a bunch of Sweet V crowns, and I'm like, I know you didn't make these. I didn't say it to him. And I also bought it because it was cheap. It was cheaper than buying it on. It was actually the same price as buying it on, which is why I knew they weren't like jacking up the price that much. But they must have like maybe gone to the same manufacturer or something, like found a like a copy or something. Because I'm like, I know you didn't make these crowns because I know who sells these crowns.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Yeah.
there are a lot of resellers. The market that Wayne and I did in Georgia, we were furious because we drove so far. There was not nearly enough audience. There were not nearly enough consumers, like people walking through. And then so many of the people that were there were resellers, which it's not a craft there. Like, how do you? It's not. I don't know.
Selling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about. I'm interested in the leather tags. I don't make enough hats to put leather tags on them, but
that too.
But yeah,
because I want tags, but I would want the kind of tag that like I feel like I could universally put on something. Like I could put it on a hat, I could put it on a bag, I could put it on like I want tags that I could put on everything, and I feel like the leather tag is not that.
It's not that. Yeah. Yeah.
But as for the style, I don't think they're like ugly. They're pretty cute. I have a lot of reservations about the leather tags, which is why I have not gotten any.
Yeah, I think they're cute too, and it does put something of a polish on the hat, but yeah, like you said, it could be mistaken for if you do your hats well enough, somebody might think you didn't make the hat.
Yeah, so. I would be much more likely. I'm gonna see if I can look it up right now. But there's an Etsy seller that makes washing tags, like wash instruction tags that say like this item was handmade. Here's how you wash it. Let's see.
Yeah, that kind of tag I would like.
I just did the most like word vomit search. But I can't find the exact one that I'm looking for. Cause hers were like really like cute and cheeky. That was like made with love and a lot of dog fur. Here's how you wash it, or like something like that. Oh, I found it. This is just one of them. Let me, not that. Stop sharing this and share this other screen instead. She's got several of them that say different things, but this is just the first one that came up. Add to stage. There we go.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah, it says this took forever to make, and then like 30 degrees, and don't put it in the dryer. And it says, did I mention it took forever?
Yeah, if I didn't hate sewing things, because I'd hate to have to sew that inside something, but
I would probably bust out my sewing machine for this. Like, just sew it down with my sewing machine.
Yeah, because I do some. That's part of why I put notes. Like, I make things for like just various family members just randomly to send off to them, and I
Mm-hmm.
I want them to know that I did make it. So I just randomly. I don't want to just come out and say I made this. You know, so I say
Mm-hmm.
things like, well, I'll send a note and it's like, well, I hope this works. I hope you like this hat. I use the yarn that can go in the washer and dryer, so it should be easy to take care of. I'll say it like that so
Mm-hmm.
they know that I made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not doing too much giving away of things other than I did
Yeah.
give away a lot of things this past week because I was at work working on stuff and I just kept getting frustrated. So I made like four more of these little leaves that I just wasn't happy with the way the leaves were sitting. I finally figured it out what I needed to do. And so I'm going to make some more of them to sell on my table. But so like all three of the girls at work now have leaves to put on their headphones. And one of the girls kept dropping her vape on the floor. She has one of those little like disposable vapes, and she dropped it on the floor like 45 times. And so I literally eyeballed and crocheted one of those little like mushroom like necklace pouches. And so
Uh-huh.
she now has a little necklace pouch to put her vape in. And
The
then I
pouch.
essentially, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
eyeballed and it fits her vape like
Uh-huh.
perfectly, like just the vape. And
Uh-huh.
then I let's see if I can pull up Instagram real quick. Is that going to break everything? But I love to window shop for free patterns on Instagram. It is honestly the main reason I open up Instagram these days. Um, let's see. How do I get to my saved things? I have so many saved
Did you say
Instagram
did you say
things.
12:30 for your heart out?
I did say this.
Okay.
Um, let's see if I present my Instagram and a lot of I have my let's see I got the same tags that Kelsey uses from Birch and Cider. I was looking at Birch and Cider. How are those tags working out for you? Don't you have to like screw them in with a screwdriver or something? I think that's what I saw her doing. That's the other thing is like I know I'm gonna lose.
She has grommets or something on those tags.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna lose every single one of those little like grommets and the
Yeah,
screws
I
and the
think a tag on a
screwdrivers and all
bag
of it.
would look really cute, Ronald. I think it would ratchet it up, make it look a little more professional. Not
So
that you
if we
need it to be
scroll
professional, but
so some of these I've started saving more like remember this pattern and like I'll have to pay for it later. So some of these are paid patterns, but there are so many free patterns on Instagram. But the one that I made at work the other day, I don't have it with me because I gave it away because I was so frustrated with how finicky it was. Hello? There should be more things here. Please continue to scroll.
I don't even look for
Hello?
patterns on Instagram.
You should. There's a lot, especially amigurumis, like little amigurumis, and they'll just make it like one of the slideshow things. And one of the pages, the first page will be a picture of the pattern. The second page will be your as I say ingredients, incorrect, materials and like stitches that you need to know. And then all the other pages will be the like the what it is, like how to do the thing. It's not letting me scroll down to that pattern. I'll have to find it individually, I think, which is frustrating.
Or you can post it in the
I think I'll have to do that because it is Instagram doesn't want to load on my computer,
you
and I
put a
think it's going to
photo of the
send me
tag
in a.
thanks for my products. That's cool.
Maybe
I
I will
forget
get
what
tagged.
kind of
I
I
don't.
forget what kind of tags that Kelsey uses. I'll have to look at her videos again.
It's just the leather like folding ones that have like her little logo on it, and so it'll have like the grommet and then her logo, and then it like folds over the other brim, the other edge.
Mm.
I'm also trying to figure out why Duo's dead. All I saw was an Instagram post, and so I sent you guys the Instagram post, and I was wondering
Yeah,
what.
and I saw it. I saw it on TikTok last night.
So is Duo, are they no longer going to be using Duo the bird? Is
No,
Duo dead, or was
I
it
think
a
it's just a
stunt?
joke. It's just a jokey stunt thing because they had that, and then they had another video of his funeral, or them laying putting him in the hearse or something like that. Except they didn't have
I
the big plushy Duo. They
They only had
had
the little one.
no, they had like a regular person body with a Duo head. You know, a regular person body
That's
wearing green, wearing a
that's
whole
even
green
funnier.
bodysuit with the Duo head laid out in a hearse type thing. Oh, that's cute. What is that
It
for? What is that?
it finally loaded when I wasn't like sharing it. It's just like a little keychain, and it's the free pattern.
Oh,
It's got the whole pattern here. You can like go to their page, and like the whole pattern is there. The thing that's finicky is this
so
part.
the whole pattern is on Instagram.
Yes,
Just you slide over like you do with photos.
exactly. That's what I'm
And
saying. Look for free patterns on Instagram because I've seen
and
patterns
I
for. I've
don't
got.
understand why. Maybe this is the old lady in me, but why are people not using Ravelry, which is already set up for this kind of thing?
Well, I think it's to because I believe a lot of these people who have their free patterns on Instagram also have their free patterns like on their blogs and other places. I think it's just to get them more like views and more traffic to their page. Because if
Mhm.
like me, I see she's got a free pattern here, I will go click through and see what else she has.
Mhm.
Maybe not this one because I did not like this pattern. It was just too much sewing for me. Like it turned out
Mhm.
very cute. Because the little toe beans there are just bobbles. So you like
Uh-huh.
crochet and then
Oh,
you
so you actually made this one?
yes. So you crochet and then you leave the yarn attached and then crochet the bobbles and then you crochet the white back over it. And then
Mhm.
the little heart-shaped paw pad part there is you crochet that separately and sew it on. It was just too finicky for me because you make two halves and you can see right here you're supposed to crochet the two halves together, which you have to slip stitch it all the way around together, which is a pain in the butt. I did not like that. It was just maybe it was the hook that I was using, maybe it was the yarn that I was using. I did not like it. And then sewing the little heart on together, like you can see how much space is here between the heart and the little toe beans there.
Mhm.
Mine was like for some reason it was too big. And so it was like I had to kind of compress it so that it fit, and then it wasn't the cute little heart shape anymore. And it was so finicky. So I made one, and one of the girls next to me was like, "Oh, that's so cute. Can I hold it when you're done?" And I'm like, "You can have it when I'm done. I'm not making any more of these." And so I finished it and I gave it to her, and I'm not making any more.
That's it. You're done. No more.
Yes, I it is. But yeah, there's like a ton of free patterns on Instagram. And then there's some that so like these two are free patterns that are gonna be like slideshows like the one that I sent to you. This one
Uh-huh.
is just I see this, I like this, and so I saved the post from the creator so that I can go
Uh-huh.
and find this later. So because I will frequently just go through my Instagram saved and be like, look, let me look at the crochet patterns I've saved. Oh, I want to make this thing. Let me go to
Uh-huh.
her page and buy this pattern. So there's these.
Uh-huh.
I like this bun hat. I've been seeing a lot of her posting this. And like this, she hasn't released this pattern yet, and I'm so mad. I want this so bad. She's not released this pattern yet, and I'm so mad. But yeah, there's a lot of patterns on Instagram, and some things are just like I saved this because I feel like I could make this. There's no pattern for it. It's not even crochet. It's just it's just a reference image, but I feel like I can make it.
Uh-huh. So you saved it because you feel like you can make
But
it.
yes, Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll think about it. I really don't go on Instagram that much, so
I need to start posting on Instagram again. Social media is hard. The only reason that I've maintained this thing is because this is just me getting up to talk to my mom and Ronald.
exactly. Exactly. I haven't done anything on any of the other social medias anymore. I never go on Facebook or anything like that. It's just I mean, you have more of a reason to at least do it. I was just your average Joe, not a content creator or anything, just your average person. And I don't feel the need.
Yeah, I don't understand like the high schoolers that I work with are like constantly posting on like TikTok and Instagram. And I'm like, but what are you posting?
Yeah, what's going on in your life that you've got something to post?
Yeah, because I feel weird just posting, like, even the picture that I showed earlier where I was really feeling myself, like, I would feel weird just posting it to my Instagram and be like, I just look cute today.
Ronald's got
Guys.
almost 500 followers and he barely uses it. It's like, I don't understand. Maybe I'm just so boring that they can sense that I'm boring, that I don't even have anybody following.
I also have 500 followers, but I'm a business page. So I think people follow me for the business stuff. I also don't post very often. I need to post more. I hire a social media manager and pay them in Trident layers?
Yeah, sure. That'll work.
We stalled long enough, Mother. You have to show us what you're coloring.
Okay, I guess.
We cannot stall any longer. It's already 12 o'clock.
I know.
And we haven't even talked about Long Island Medium.
Okay, so let's just speed run through this stuff. Okay, so my crochet. This is where I am on the 6-day star blanket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I still need to finish my pattern. That just occurred to me. I forgot that I was even working on that.
are you talking about the hat?
Yes,
Ooh,
I need to finish and publish that pattern.
I need to plug in the device. It's running out of juice.
My brain has been so all over the place because of working so much at the store.
Yeah. I am, this is what I have left of my cake.
Ooh,
So
you worked through it pretty fast.
um yeah. Yeah, so Coffee Klatsch 100, hush your mouth.
I didn't even realize we have to.
Well, maybe we should wait until after 100 to change the name.
Let's do that.
Since we're so close. Do 2 more
We'll
and
have to
then
show up.
cap it at 100 and then change the conversation chair number 1.
That feels like a good call. Thank you, Ronald. I didn't even realize we were so close.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what we're going to do with the numbering, but I wasn't even thinking about the fact that we're on 98. I was trying to think of what to do with the numbering if we change it to conversation chair. But this satisfies my need to have things even.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we just go up to Coffee Klatsch 100 and then cap it there and then start a new playlist with conversation chair number 1.
We should have a party though. We should have a cheeky little bevy and cupcakes.
No party. We're not having a cheeky little bevy on a Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning. And I'll have to go to market right after that.
Seriously. But this is, I'm trying to find where the beginning is on this thing. Okay. So this is what I would do the rollout, but I'm not coordinated like that. So this is where that full cake has taken me.
Ooh. It looks good.
Enough to cover my face.
It's a toddler lap blanket.
Yeah, really. It's a toddler lap blanket at this point. And I don't have any more of this color. And so I picked some colors that are kind of, I'm not even going to show them now because they're in the other room and I didn't bother to bring them. But at the end of not last week's video, but last time we did Coffee Klatsch, when we got done, I sat here and I pulled out colors that don't exactly match these colors. Like I don't have, the closest color I have is this burgundy. For some reason, I have a lot of yarn that's close to this burgundy. So I didn't have a problem with that, but I gave you my orange. I don't really have a lot of yellow. The green, I have a little bit that's close to that. And the turquoise, I don't have it all. So
we need to figure out some sort of like
I just pulled some colors that wouldn't hurt my feelings to be on this blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And since I got this yarn on sale, like sometimes in the past I would have been like, oh, I bought this yarn and it's a nice yarn, so I really shouldn't just throw scraps with it. But you know what? There was one ball on the shelf. I bought that one ball, so I'm thinking of it as a scrap
Mhm.
and just putting my other scraps with it that I don't have use for. Because I have a couple other yarns. You'll see when I add them. Hopefully by next week I'll have them added onto here. But you'll see when I add them the but I didn't really work on this week. All I got done was I didn't even show how much I got done. I got like maybe 2 or 3 rows done. Where is my
Where are your little stitch markers?
yeah. Yeah, you can see where the B is. Can you see it?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay. So I got like 2 or 3 rows done last
That's
week.
a decent amount considering how much bigger it is than when you were at the center.
Yeah. So I got that
Ronald,
done.
Ronald, when you do your 6-day star blanket, do you think you're going to use a color changing cake or are you going to change the colors manually?
Yeah, I used the cake where the colors were just changing on their own. And then and now I have some balls that, so the color changes aren't going to, I don't know how to explain it. Like with this yarn, it was like
It feels
two
like the color
rows.
changes are even.
With this yarn, the color changed like every 2 rows.
Uh huh.
But now I have some full balls, but they're not as big as this cake, but they're still full balls that I'm going to just um
I mean,
I'm
you
just
could
gonna
do two
I'm
rows
not
of one ball, 2 rows of another.
I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to weave in any ends. Right now I don't have to weave in any ends. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use the one ball, run it out, use the next ball, run it out until is done, and then I'll see how big it is, and I may have to add some other colors because right now I picked some colors that I think would be most harmonious, even though they're
Hmm.
not the exact. But if I still don't have a big enough blanket, if it's not at least big enough to be a decent lap blanket, I may just add some random colors. Yes.
This is a complete sidebar. Do we know what this year's outfit for the cruise is going to be? Because we should probably start our
I was thinking we'd
cruise
start in
Shay
June. I was
along.
just thinking about that. I was thinking in June we'd start it like we did last year.
Okay. That'll give us what, like 3 months? Because we usually go in
Hmm.
August or September.
We go in September. We go first week of
Okay.
September every year.
Okay.
So
So then we can start the cruise Shay along.
a cruise sail on, oh good lord. But yeah, your
Cruise
father
Shay
hasn't
along?
mentioned anything. I'll have to ask him. Matter of fact, let me make that note right now.
Also, Ari has been hounding me for information about the cruise. So if we
Yeah.
can get some info.
Yeah. I just updated iOS on my phone and they've added a thing where you can just like it makes it real easy to add like little notes to your reminders. So um I put a reminder of when your father gets off because he gets off at a different time every night. And so I
Mhm.
put a reminder of what time he gets off because I don't remember from one day to the next. Like his schedule is steady from week to week, but it's like a few
But
days
through
off
the
at
week, it's
9.
different.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
few days off it's 9, and then a few days off it's 6. And it'll be the same days next week, but I won't remember.
Yeah, my schedule has been messed up because I usually wherever I go to work. Oh, I just heard the front door close. Wherever I go to work, I usually try to make sure that I have the same. Hey, just a moment. Oh my goodness, banging on the door.
Okay, so I've put on my notes to ask him about the cruise info and the outfits. Because I think of stuff like I was telling him, I think of stuff during the day that I want to ask him, and then but I don't want to bother him at work. I mean, he has the kind of job where he gets like a big long break between flights that he has to manage, but I don't know the flights are at different times, so I don't know when he's getting his big long break. It's not the same every day. So I might text him and he might be in the middle of getting, boarding passengers. And so I try to remember to wait until he comes home from work to ask him questions about stuff. But then by the time he comes home, I forget what to ask him. That's why I have to leave notes. Did you handle
Yes,
the
when I closed the door, apparently I accidentally locked the door because I never lock this door, so he can just come in here and give me room service or whatever. And he like banged on the door because the door was locked. I was like, "What is going on?"
oh no, oh, no. So,
Um,
okay, so that was the one thing. So then I worked, but I put that down to work on the avatar blanket.
yes. Also, I am listening. He banged on the door, one to let the dog in here, and two to let me know that I forgot to pay the phone bill, so I have to pay our phone bill.
Yes, you need to do that. So I did I'm working on the avatar blanket. I did not get a lot done. This is where we are. As you can see, I got like you can see from my marker, I got like 3 rows done. So I didn't
Yeah,
get
but three
much.
rows—that's a big square, though. 3 rows is a good amount.
I didn't get much done, but this is where we are on this one. Looks like there's a weird line in the middle of there.
I think it's just a shadow.
Okay. Yeah, it is a shadow because the thing with this is that the um the black parts are single crochet, but the red parts are half double crochet. So it puffs up a little bit. I don't quite understand the reasoning between making about making the logo half double crochet. I think it's supposed to make it stand out more or something. But then I was naughty
Don't tell me you started another project.
and I did a thing.
Don't tell me you started another project.
I did. I I got Stitch Fiddle Premium.
Stitch Fiddle,
I got Stitch Fiddle Premium.
which is $5. My
And
mother
I
said
loaded.
$5.
I know I spent five whole dollars, and I did this. I did this on Saturday. So this is all. Ooh, this is coming out. I need a marker. Oh, put you right in there. This is all from Saturday. So this is because this is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday because I didn't work on it yesterday. And I started a thing because I was bad.
What
I
did you
made a chart.
do?
I made a chart.
But a chart for what? Ooh, that's my bill paid, and now I can go lock my card again.
Oh, good for you. Your bill is paid.
I hate that I have to keep all my cards locked now. Somebody tried to use one of my cards for Roblox, so now all of my cards are compromised.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like 99 cents, and they didn't take anything this time because Chime was like, "Girl, is that you? You never played Roblox in your life." And I'm like, "Thank you, Chime, for recognizing that I'm an adult."
Well, the whole what is it on Roblox? That fashion show game is very hot on
True.
Roblox with the adults right now. So they were probably checking to see if you were playing the fashion show game. But
Man, you just bark.
yeah, so I did a thing.
We are all waiting to see the thing. What did you do?
Can't you tell?
Did you start another avatar square? Did you start the other square?
Yeah.
Did you go in and Did you just find a picture and put it into Stitch Fiddle?
Yes.
I mean, it looks good. And isn't Stitch Fiddle so helpful?
I spent most of Saturday trying to figure out how to put the. Well, when I say most of Saturday, it makes it sound like the whole day. It's not like the whole day, but like, my hour or so every day I have like about an hour or so that I devote to working on crochet or coloring. More like 2 hours. So my 2 hours was devoted to figuring out how to get the graph in there properly and because
And make sure the stitches, yeah.
because I got the clip art, but I couldn't figure out how to get the
Actually, I'm just going to pull up Stitch Fiddle because for anyone who doesn't know Stitch Fiddle is a very useful resource.
but to bring up my chart.
Type.
This is the original chart that I printed off that I was using for the other square. This is the chart I'm using for the other square. And you see there's space on either side and down and top. When I did the clip art, it just did the clip art.
It went right to the edge.
And I couldn't figure out how to get this, and then I finally sat down and did some math and learned how to add the columns,
how to increase rows
side, and add the rows on this side. And now I feel, I mean, I could be wrong. It may look wonky when I'm done, but right now I feel like I have a perfect chart going.
I mean, it looks good. Are you working from the blocks? Like, do you have the written thing with the blocks?
Yeah, I'm doing the written thing with the blocks. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull up my Stitch Fiddle. Everyone be prepared. There might be a butt cheek jump scare because I was working on a cheeky little pattern that I thought would be cute.
Shame on you.
Okay. So this is Stitch Fiddle. When you go to it, it'll be completely blank. Mine looks like this because I have been working on things. But you can work from a picture and put the picture in, which is what I did for like my Eat the Rich pattern. I just put the picture in. Or you can go in and manually do all of the little squares. But let's see, if I pull up my Eat the Rich pattern, this is where I was hoping we were. You can see you can crochet with the pattern, so you can have it highlight the lines for you, and you can like zoom out so it looks better. I don't normally do it this way unless it's a very small pattern, but you can zoom out so it'll have it pulled up for you so you can like follow the lines along. Or if you look at the bottom here, it tells me I need 14 stitches of white, 2 stitches of pink, 9 stitches of white, 4 stitches of pink. And that is a lot easier for me to follow. And if you want just the blocks here, there is, let me see, written instructions, which you have to pay the extra $5 for to have. Did. Yes. But if you pay the extra $5, you can have your sheets printed off like this. And you can just mark off the blocks as you go. No, you can do this with just color work, Ronald. So you don't have to do Tunisian. You can do like, that would be, if we're looking at this pattern, that would be you start off with 63 single crochet and white. And then you do another 63 single crochet the other way in white. And then you do 43 single crochet in white, 1 single crochet in pink.
Yeah, because I'm not doing Tunisian at all. I had started doing Tunisian on one of my many attempts over the last 10 years, and I gave up. And so I'm just doing the single crochets and half double crochet on the symbol.
The colored section. Yeah, the symbol section.
But yeah, I'm using the blocks as well, and it is very much, it's just much easier.
It is very useful for doing the color
so
work.
far I feel it could be my imagination. It could just be because I'm starting. Because at the beginning of whenever I start a new project, I always feel like, oh, I'm zipping along on this. And usually I get to a point where it starts to bog down for me. Right now, I have not gotten to the bog down part. So I hope that means that using these numbered blocks is working faster for me.
So while I'm here, I figured I'd go ahead and show this. When you pull up the Stitch Fiddle, you can go to Create New. All of us here are crocheting girlies. If you want to do the rest of this, figure that out yourself. Choose your craft, crochet. You could do it corner to corner, and what it'll do is when it moves the little line that highlights where you are, it'll do it in the diagonals so that you can see it. That's what I did for my QR code that I did that I never was able to get to scan, and I'm very upset about that. But I usually do crochet color work here, So you click that. The yarn, if you want to put in your yarn, I never have, because for me it doesn't matter. I'll figure that out myself. So I do no preference. And then you can do empty from your own design, which would be you clicking in every single pixel that you want it to be. Or you could go from picture, or it has a feature where you can create a QR code. So if you do QR code, if you want something to link to something and you want to crochet it, you go in, put in the link that you want the QR code to go to, create QR code. It makes a special QR code for that, and then you just follow the pattern for that. But from picture, if you do that, you'll pull in a picture. I don't know what all pictures are on this computer. I think we're fine. I don't want to go through my pictures on the computer, but you'll click the picture, and let me stop sharing this, and then I can maybe pull in a simple picture. I don't think I have anything weird. I just don't know what's on this picture. Okay. This picture would be absolutely impossible to do, but I'm pulling it in anyway. So here, a lovely picture of my dog. So you can see that it's already pixelized over here. Where's my mouse? There we go. It's already pixelized over here. But if you look to the left side, you can see it gives you all of the colors that you need for this pattern. So if you wanted to pull in a picture and just crochet a picture and single crochet the whole thing, it'll show you all of the colors that you need for the pattern, but you can also adjust that. So say I only want 7 colors. Oop, I only want 7 colors. It'll give me 7 colors. It'll show me on the right what it's going to look like with the 7 colors. Still pretty much looks like my dog, so I'm okay with that. And then the size over here shows you how far across and how long. So this is 112 across is what it says over here, and it's going to be 150 rows. So 150 stitches across and 150 rows down, which you can adjust that as well in the thing. You can crop in here if you need to, but it is great for working up color work stuff if you have the picture that you want to work with, or if you want to draw the picture. Yes.
And if you know Yeah, if you know exactly what you're doing, because like I said, I had to do a little bit of math. So what I did was go to that graph size calculator, and I knew what the size was of the
completed project.
Yeah, I took my graph, even though the clip art that I got is slightly different than the graph that I printed from the actual pattern. I counted just from the rows to rows and not this extra. So I did this times this as my size in the calculator thing where it says completed project. And then I went in, I applied that. Then I went in and did the thing where it lets you add columns.
So if you
I knew I needed to add like 9 more columns on this side and 7 more columns on this side. So you would
click the number 1 here, and it gives you all of these options. And what you want to do is add multiple columns. If you just want to add one, click add one. But you can add multiple columns. I need to add 9 because I'm like my mother. And then since I have so many colors here, I can fill with.
Yeah, and it asks you whether you want to add them to the left or to the right. So
yes, so I want to add it
on the right, and then how many you need on the left. And
yes,
I was so excited when I figured out how to do that. It's little things, but I was so excited when I figured out how to do that. The only thing I'm noticing, which I kind of felt while I was crocheting, but the only thing I'm noticing is that if you look at, are we done looking at Stitch Fiddle?
Yes, let me close it out.
So if you look at this one, you'll see at the bottom, there's only like maybe 3 rows of that red on the very bottom. You see down here? There's only like maybe 3. It looks kind of thin. This is the opposite square, but you see how many more rows I have on the bottom. I think I'm making a chunkier symbol on this. So
yeah.
I think her blanket, this is Sydney's blanket. I think Sydney's blanket is going to look different than Chloe's blanket, not just in color, but
I mean, as long as you can tell the symbol, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. Or actually, they may both look different because I hate to say it, but I may end up pulling this out
And doing it with the stitch fiddle.
and doing it with
Stitch
stitch
fiddle makes
fiddle.
it so much easier. That's why I was trying. That's why I've been trying to get you to do it for so long, because stitch fiddle makes it so much easier.
Well, I wanted to make sure I knew how to use it before, and I almost texted you on Saturday. I'm like, no, I am a grown woman. I taught them
I'm a
how to use
learned woman.
computers.
I'm educated. I'm a woman in
I
STEM.
I can figure this out. I do not need to call them. I am not one of those old people who doesn't know how to use technology. I just sometimes my brain has gotten lazy in my old age, and I need to fight against that because that's the main thing that will lead to dementia when I get older. So I need to,
Engage the brain.
because they always say you need to engage your brain to fight off senility or whatever. But
Mhm.
I let my brain get lazy, and it's like, oh, I don't want to figure out how to do. Let me just call somebody and they'll tell me how to do it. I don't want to.
What does that say about me? I've always done that.
Yes, you have, but it's okay.
But if there's someone there who can explain it to me, I'll use my brain for other things.
So that's all the yarny stuff I did this week. So I think most likely this week I'll work some more on the avatar blanket since I have that in my brain. I'll probably work on Sydney's and slowly pick apart Chloe's because I think I'm going to have to pick apart Chloe's to get more yarn is the thing, because I don't have any more of this red and they don't make this color anymore.
I mean, you can probably find a similar color. Oh, Ronald says, by the way, Grandma loved her lapgan. She said she'll always treasure it unless someone at the nursing home steals it.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you made something that she liked.
So let's do. Oh, go ahead.
Let's do what? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say let's do a quick run through of the rest of the stuff that's over here in the yarny thoughts. So your coloring pages.
Okay. So this was my coloring page for. Actually, I finished this shortly before last week, but we didn't do one last week. But
ooh, I really like that one. It's giving very stained glass.
Yep. This is from my Best of 2023.
The other book, okay.
Because I wanted to finish this book out. I still have about 20, 25 pages in here I haven't done, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I'm probably not going to do because they're all Christmassy and I'm not a Christmassy person. But yeah, this was with my Crayola markers and a little bit of for the oranges and yellows though, none of my marker sets have a color that I really like. So I've been using
the Ohuhus?
No, these are Sharpies.
Oh, the Sharpies.
These are Sharpies. And technically these are highlighters. I just found out that these are all highlighters. And I mean I've got more. These are all the colors that I did her in.
Oh yeah.
These are all the colors I did her in. These are highlighters. I didn't realize they were highlighters, so I went online to look them up to see if they were water based or what they're or
alcohol based, yeah.
And yeah, they're highlighters. So I've been using them. So they're by my desk here at work now because I ran out of highlighters for work. But also I don't have a yellow or orange that I'm happy with in any of my color sets. So this, and I guess I could show you what I'm working on even though I'm not finished with it yet. Do you want me to show you?
Of course, let me and Megan you.
First of all, before we do that, I went ahead and did a swatch page. I don't normally do swatch pages because I can just look and go, oh, that's my purple, that's my green, that's my blue.
Hmm.
I can tell from um in the water, in my water-based markers, like my Crayola ones
Yeah.
and my other ones, I can just tell what they are. But with these, I can't really tell what they are for some reason when I'm just looking at them.
I mean, that's
So
what
I
people have swatches for.
so I went ahead and swatched so that I could tell what I was doing.
I feel like
These,
because those are the alcohol markers, or which ones are those?
yes, these are the alcohol markers, the ones
Yeah.
that I just got
I feel
for
like
my
alcohol
birthday.
markers.
My These are the Hoo Hoo 60 count
Oh,
Kala set. These
yeah,
are
I feel like
illustration
alcohol markers
free.
in general, for some reason, the caps never quite match the color.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't be able to get the cap to match the color though, but it seems to be a thing like within alcohol markers that I've seen.
So this is what I'm working on. This is
From
from City Sites, which you saw last time.
Yes. Ooh, is this the coffee shop?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I didn't get it finished,
I'm
but
excited. Laura. Laura's Bistro. I love it.
again, I used the Sharpies for the
For the
yellow
yellows
and
and orange.
oranges
It looks good
because
though.
the yellow and orange in the alcohol markers is just not the thing.
Well,
It's
it
just
looks good.
not.
I can't even tell that you use a different kind of marker. Like it looks very
Because I
good.
mean, if you look at here's my swatch.
They're very
These,
muted.
these are supposed to be yellows and oranges. I don't like them at all.
I like the
So
one that's in the top middle, but the rest of them look very like muted.
yes, they are very muted. Um, I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to put it up real close.
Okay.
The colors are very like they go outside the lines and they bleed
Maybe it's the
and
paper.
and especially you see right here
Yeah,
how
I
it's
see bleeding over the edge. Yeah.
bleeding over the edge and stuff. And so I haven't mastered how to do it and have it not bleed over the edge. I still want to do some black around because like the letters around,
Bistro.
yeah, where it says bistro
Yeah,
and
I
where
see
it
how it
really,
kind of bled together. Yeah.
yeah, it really bled together. So I'm gonna do some black around those letters. But
It looks
yeah,
good though.
overall, I'm not unhappy with it, especially after I added the colors in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I will use alcohol markers on this book again. I think
Yeah.
I will use now that I've had a chance, because I have alcohol markers, I have water-based markers, and I have the colored pencils. Now that I have those three varieties, I have different books with different styles of art in them. I
Mm-hmm.
have discovered that I like some. I guess most artists already know this, but I just figured, whatever. Like if you like colored pencils, then you use colored pencils for everything. Or if you like water-based
That
markers, you use
paper
water-based for
matters.
everything. But I've not just the paper, but this is so detailed. This is so detailed. Like looking at the lines in
Yeah.
the
Or the
jacket
jacket. Oh, I didn't even see those.
is so detailed that it's hard to get. I feel like I would get this better if I sharpened my colored pencils and did this
Mm-hmm.
with colored pencils. And I did see somebody on YouTube who said she only prefers with George Tefexis, who is the artist on these, George
Mm-hmm.
Tefexis in particular, she prefers colored pencils. And I can see that after having done that last page, that beach page that I did, the World in Bottles
Mm-hmm.
or World in Jars one, with colored pencils, where I thought I didn't like colored pencils, and then I did that page and I was like, oh, I just wasn't using them right or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So now that feel like I have a better handle on using the colored pencils. That and the fact that I've also tried the Prismacolor alongside
Yes.
the Crayola, and I can feel the difference. Yeah, I would do colored pencils on this because I could sharpen the pencil and really get in the details
Do
on the
your
pencil.
alcohol markers have a brush tip, or do you only have the chisel and the bullet?
Um, I don't know what you would call they're not brush tip because I have this
So that's a chisel.
that's a chisel nib thing. And then I've got this is not
That's a bullet nib.
okay, yes, because it's not like my water based ones. The nib like bends slightly, so that feels more like a brush. This does not
Ye-
bend at all.
Yeah, so those are a chisel and a bullet nib. I know Ohuhu makes brush ones with brush
Yeah.
brush
Mhm.
tips. I just couldn't remember if you got the brush tips or not.
I do have a set with brush tips, but
Okay.
but one thing I did discover, which was a tip from one of the other videos I watched, where she just does George Tufex's. He does a thing where he'll put a color and then he'll put next to it he'll put 12 and then
Mhm.
the space next to it will say 0. That means you color this one 12 and then the one next to it you want to go one shade darker than whatever the 12 is. And
Mm.
the and I saw a video where the lady said, if you don't have one shade darker, just color this 12, then color the 012, and then go over
We
it
go over it
over
again.
2 or 3 times, which I never would have thought of. But it really, with the alcohol markers, it really
Yeah.
does work because you can see the differences between that was me going over it twice.
Yeah. The purple's over there on the door frame.
Purples, yeah, you can see the difference.
I definitely thought you had two different markers. That looks good.
Yeah, you can see the difference. So, like, there's little bits of this that I am proud of. I like that where I went over that twice and it looks really nice. I like the way I like the colors I picked for the shadow down here on
Mm-hmm.
the sidewalk. So I
I
mean,
like the boots. The boots look very shiny.
so like there's individual things that I like about the colors that I picked for this, but overall, I don't like coloring this art with the watercolor markers. I mean, with the alcohol markers, because I find myself holding my hand very stiff to try to just not go over the
The
line
tiniest,
because it's
yeah.
already going to bleed, and I'm trying not, and I don't have a really fine tip, so I don't want to.
Trying not to go all the way to the edge and stuff.
Try
Yeah.
not to go all the way to the edge. So it's a very it's my hand is very rigid when I color with alcohol markers on this art. So I'd rather use a colored pencil where I can relax because this is supposed to be relaxing.
Yes. I feel that.
Yep. So it is time for us to go to work. It's time for me to get some food.
It is. Before we head out, I just want to clear out this section at the very least. What are you talking about, leg warmers?
Oh, I was just saying that leg warmers, I seem to be seeing them all over the place on those videos of, you know, those videos, 50 ideas of things to crochet or
Yes.
50 things that are going to be trendy. Bye, Ari.
Bye.
50 things that are going to be trendy in 2025. And I see leg warmers and I'm like, I did leg warmers. Is it 40 years ago now? 1984?
Leg warmers are coming back.
85, 95, 2005, 2015. Yep, 40 years ago. I did leg warmers 40 years ago. So, very funny. I did I'm trying to be more cognizant of the passing of time because I'm an old lady. But I did leg warmers 40 years ago, so I don't think I'm going to be making leg warmers again. As much as I like leg warmers, as much as I like leg warmers,
want to make leg warmers, but who is wearing leg warmers? Actually, I've been wearing leggings a lot, especially after you commented on the fact that leggings seem to like look more put together when I'm wearing them because I can never find all of my jeans don't fit my hips, and so they always feel like they're falling down. And if I wear a belt, then the belt cuts into my tummy, and it's annoying. So I've become a legging girly. So if I'm wearing my leggings all the time, I feel like leg warmers would look good with my leggings.
Yeah, they would.
Maybe I'll make some leg warmers.
I just don't think that I could. There is this saying in fashion that if you are old enough to remember when it came around the first time, you shouldn't be wearing it again. And I break that rule with leggings because I remember leggings coming around the first time and the second time and the third time. But I feel like I look more put together when I have my leggings and my slouch socks and my sneakers. Slouch socks are another thing. Slouch socks are leggings adjacent.
They are very leggings adjacent.
So I feel like I can get away with leggings and slouch socks and sneakers. But I don't know if I can make that leap to leg warmers. I think I now to the younger gals.
I now really want to make myself a pair of leg warmers, but I don't know what color to make them because my leggings are all black. So like they're going to be on top of black leggings. But
so you would make them to match like a particular t-shirt or sweater or whatever so it's going to be part of that outfit.
But that means I would only be able to wear them with that outfit.
Well, I mean, I'm the kind of person where I have colors that repeat. Like I have a lot of green, I have a lot of purple, I have a lot. So if
the only color that I have that repeats a lot is black. Light gray maybe, but then I'm going to feel like I'm in what's that?
Flash Days?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you knew.
Yep.
Also, pancakes for dinner?
Pancakes for dinner sounds good.
I want pancakes for dinner. Can I come over to your house, Ronald? Can we do strawberry pancakes?
This is what she says all the time, Ronald. Ignore
I do.
Her.
I tried to get them to order me a pizza for National Pizza Day on Sunday because they were having emergency pizza, and they wouldn't order me one. I wanted sardines.
She thinks
sardines, anchovies.
She thinks that she can just teleport wherever she wants in the country. She's a weirdo.
Yeah, that's the problem, Ronald. Can I remember where you are? I was just watching Deadpool / Wolverine or whatever, and Gambit was in that movie, so all I can think of is Louisiana.
Oh Lord!
Come on down, get you some pancakes, yeah.
You are not in.
There is this is the last thing, and then because I have to explain that bit that Ari's talking about. There was one time when we were playing Cook Serve Delicious, and one of the foods that we had in our little like restaurant thing was pancakes. And when you do pancakes, when you finish them off, so you cook the pancakes, and then whenever you're serving the pancakes to people, you finish them off with either pecans. How do I say that? I just said it so weird. Pecans, blueberries, or strawberries, or just like maple syrup. And I was so flustered and panicked. I was like, everybody's getting strawberry pancakes. You don't get anything else. Only strawberry. So sorry, you wanted blueberry? Psych, it's strawberry. I hope you enjoy it.
You're so silly.
We gotta leave.
We do. We
need
to work.
I will see two of you later playing Beat Saber. Mother, I will see you on Friday when we will play more Thirsty Suitors. We've got to finish that game. We've got to finish that game.
Yes, we do.
So we will play more Thirsty Suitors, and I don't know. Get excited for Coffee Klatsch 100, where we stop being Coffee Klatsch and change our name.
That sounds like an idea.
We can't change it again, though. You can only change your name once in the state of North Carolina. So this is our only name change.
Listen to you.
That's true.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to.
Be on the lookout for all of our changes, because we're changing the name, but we're also changing some other things that we're not going to tell you about yet. So be on the lookout for changes. Change your face, the stream changes. I'm ending the stream.